Hello everybody, we are on the top of Mount Pinnacle right outside of Little Rock, Arkansas. And I want to introduce you all to Heather Parady.
Hello.
Hello, Heather.
Hello.
So I brought Heather up here because I tell you what, I have always dreamed of interviewing people. And I've always thought and actually seen myself on the top of Mount Pinnacle interviewing somebody or many people. This is the first of many. And when I asked Heather if I could share her story about who she is and what her passions are, I asked her where she wanted to for that to take place, and she said on the top of Mount Pinnacle. So Heather,
Great minds.
Exactly. Why did you choose Mount Pinnacle? Why is this a good place for you to want to talk about?
It was an excuse to hike it.
There you go. And
I like to hike it.
Exactly. I'm going to give you guys just a little bit of a view of what it looks like. I cannot turn this around. Hope that's okay. Anyways, we are literally on the top of this mountain. It is so beautiful. So one of the things, Heather, that I wanted to ask you about, but first I want to introduce everybody to you. Heather is a photographer, and she has a photography website that is heatherparady.com.
I was really creative with that one.
Hey, it's cool. It's you. You taught me to do that too. It's our brand, right?
Yep.
Exactly. One of the things I like on her website is, and you got to check it out for yourself, is that she says that she likes photography, but she has a passion for people. And why is that, Heather?
Well, actually, a photographer that I follow, that was on her About page, and I kind of stole it. I wrote her and asked her if I could. But yeah, so I'm just being honest here. I mean,
good.
when I read that, I mean, that was really captured, get it? You know, just kind of how I felt about it, because, you know, sometimes you struggle like picking, you know, a job or whatever, because, you know, if people are your passion, sometimes you want to, you know, make sure that your work expresses that.
Yeah.
And so sometimes, you know, doing photography, it's kind of like, man, you know, I want to make sure it's still making a difference and putting people at the front, you know, and not, you know, get so caught up in, you know, the logistics of working your camera that you forget looking at the person in front of you and really, you know, taking advantage of the hour you have with that person who you may never see again. So that's kind of, you know, my heart behind saying that is, you know, I like photography, but I love people, and I want to be able to put people at the forefront of the work I do. So
that's so good.
Yeah.
I love that. And that kind of fits in with your passion for people, is that I know that Heather will be very soon this year finishing up her master's degree in psychology and counseling. Yes, isn't that the truth?
Thank you, Jesus.
Exactly. And I know that you had mentioned on one of our group meetings that we have that you really want to use it in a different type of setting for counseling people. So
yeah,
what would that look like?
Well, you know, a lot of times, and there's, you know, and it's understandable, there's nothing wrong with, you know, thinking about psychology and counseling and thinking about people beating something, but, you know, God created us to overcome things for a reason, and it's not to just sit in wholeness and wellness, but to use that wholeness and wellness to contribute to the lives of other people. And so it's kind of like, you know, a double-folded thing. You think about, you know, dealing, you know, overcoming with depression and anxiety and some of these mental disorders, but overcome it for what reason? Right. You know, overcome it to flourish and to thrive and to walk in your purpose and honestly get healed so that you can be a part of somebody else's healing journey as well. So, you know, I want to use therapy in a way that, you know, not only emphasizes, you know, people dealing with their the obvious, you know, barriers that they're struggling with, but also tap into their real potential and purpose that I believe God created them for.
That's really good. Yeah, absolutely. And we all need that. We all need
I get easily distracted. I'm like over here picking up grass and stuff.
That's okay. I talked to someone about that just yesterday, and their son has a little picking issue, so maybe
that's me.
Maybe that's you. But forgot what I was going to say, but another passion, or actually joy of yours, is bringing leaders together. And I love that. I like to take the credit for coining this phrase. Heather is a leader of leaders, you know, because would you say that I heard one time someone said that not everyone's a leader. And I like how you, without hesitation, said we're all leaders.
Yeah, I think people look at leadership as, a personality trait, like they're extroverted or they're authoritative or whatever. I look at leadership a little bit differently. I look at leadership as influence, and that's something like John Maxwell teaches a lot. So if you are an introverted, stay-at-home mom, you can still be a leader because there are children looking at you as their leader. You know what I mean? We look at leadership, and I think we look at it with the narrow lens that honestly does it an injustice, because leadership is so much more than power and authority and dictatorship. It's literally at its core and its root, it's influence. And if you are in any kind of breathing any kind of breath of life, you're constantly influencing people, whether you realize it or not. So yeah,
that's right. Yeah. I heard it once said that you can lead up or you can lead down, you can lead out, just wherever you are, you know. So I love that. Thank you so much.
I don't know if it's right, but I think it's true.
No, I
right
think
now.
it's absolutely true.
Who knows? Get back to me in 10 years. Let me see if I still think
that's why I like
so.
to watch children.
Yeah.
You know, get a group of children together, and someone's leading the pack in a positive way, and someone's leading the pack in a non-positive way.
And that's what's so interesting is if you think about like leadership and influence, it's not whether you are or you aren't, it's how are you. You know what I mean? And so, some of the kids that I work with in therapy, I look at them and I'm like, dude, you're a leader. Do you realize that? Like, people are following you, and you can use that passively or actively. You can say, like, yeah, I know people are following me. I know I'm influencing people. And, honestly, that could be very detrimental to you and to them. But if you're intentional about it and say, wow, yeah, there are a group of people or a child or somebody or your little brother, somebody's looking up to you, and really be intentional with that and realize the weight of it. Not only does it enrich their lives more, but I think it really enriches your life because you have a lot more purpose.
Absolutely. That's very true. That's very true. So I know that in Big Picture People, and by the way, go to heatherparady.com and check out her. What's that? What's that little
It's
spot?
for photographers. It's a link that says for photographers. And it's not, Big Picture People is not just for photographers, but on the website, that's what it is. But if you go to Facebook, you can put in Big Picture People and find it. So I got a lot of hands and a lot of fires.
That's true. That's
my
good.
life curse.
So you're an encouragement to so many others, and you teach people to really interact and be an encouragement. Who has really been a great influence to you, whether through a book or just someone you know, or... Because that's always... interesting.
Oh, wow. I would say anybody who has been through hell and used their story as a reason and not an excuse.
Oh,
And I can't name one person because there's so many people out there that, you look at them and you think, oh gosh, they're so awesome. And then you do a little digging and you read where they come from and the poverty that they're in, the abuse that they are subjected to. And you realize, wow, man, they overcame it. They overcame it and turned their lives into something amazing. So anytime I hear of anyone, even if they're not nationally known or whatever, and they have overcome some huge barrier in their life that really was meant to destroy them, those are my heroes. Those are my people. So
I appreciate that. Absolutely. Because we do all have a story. And so one thing that I really want to hit on is your nonprofit group that you just...
Another fire.
I know, but it's so amazing. And how big is it now?
What do you mean big? Like how many people?
How many people are in it now?
I'd say we'd have around 15 maybe.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And so it's called New Eyes, and I'll let Heather just really describe what New Eyes is all about. It's just amazing.
New Eyes is a group of Christian faith-based women who are reaching out to women who are in the sex industry, who are strippers, who work in sex shops, for the reason and purpose just to bring them the message of love, value, and purpose.
That's right.
God's a seeker. And so I believe that he's called us to seek and to love people who may be in some of the, taboo places of the church and everything, and just to intentionally walk out and reach these people with the message of his love. That's what we do. We've been doing it for about 3 years. It's been awesome.
Yes. And is there a website for New Eyes if anyone wants to check that out?
It's being built right now.
Okay.
To get back with me. It's going to be, I think it's seewithNewEyes.com.
Oh, so, perfect. And is there a Facebook page?
There's a Facebook page, New Eyes Ministries. So.
Okay. Very good.
And you were talking about the big picture people, and you stopped talking.
I did, didn't I? See? I need Heather to keep me, like, straight. Yeah. So
I was just reminding you.
Thank you, Heather. Yeah, big picture people has been a great joy to me. And
people watching this video are probably like, "What do you do?"
Big picture people?
I do a lot of different things.
She does, but that's cool. I actually heard a woman say the other day. Her name is actually Marie Forleo, and when she described herself as being a multifaceted person.
That's me.
Yes, which made me feel normal, because people have always told me before, what one thing are you going to do? You know, we're not cut.
They want you to be either a doctor or a photographer, or you have to label yourself as one thing. Yeah, there's a lot of pressure to do that.
So I'm so happy to meet multifaceted people, and the other people that aren't. We all make the big picture of life, and it all works that way. But being in big picture people, just locking arms with a lot of entrepreneurs and a lot of visionary people who just really didn't know what to do with their gifts and their talents, or how to connect with people. And they're from all over the country, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like literally.
Yeah.
Anyone outside this country yet?
Not yet.
Not yet, but there will be.
We have a guy from England, but he lives in the States, so maybe we can say a different country.
So, there you go. But it's there in big picture people that I have learned to not be afraid to take these steps, and it's through locking arms with the people in big picture, and I'm going to learn not to keep repeating myself.
Be you. It's all good.
And just step out and launch this. So I just am very thankful. Heather, thank you so much. Is there anything else that you want to say? If there were 3 words that you would use to define yourself, what would it be?
Oh my God. Confused right now. No. Oh my goodness. 3 words.
Just 3.
3. Can we press pause? I'm just joking. I would say passionate. Definitely, almost to a fault.
Never to a fault.
And I'm gonna say risk taker is a compound word. So that's one word. So a passionate risk taker.
Yeah.
And I'm striving towards this. It's not here yet, but I really want to use the word free.
Yeah.
I think that is a continual thing to strive for, but I just hope to really live a free life, just where it's just not worrying about other people, not worrying about opinions, not worrying about like barriers, but just free. You know,
I think that's the biggest thing about freedom, and of course, personally, and I know you agree, is that freedom is found in Christ.
Sure.
And that's where we learn to, like you said, not worry about what people think about us, not let the past define you, but be present and not worry about what's ahead of you. Just press into it.
Yeah.
So one more thing I want to ask you, and we're going to wrap this up, is I bet everyone would like to know is, are you married?
I am married.
To a pretty awesome dude.
Awesome dude.
Yeah, he is.
Incredible.
He is.
He puts up with a lot.
Yeah. And little Lucy Lou.
My baby.
Yeah.
My little girl.
She's so cute.
She's awesome.
She's 3?
She's 3.
Oh my gosh, that's
going
so hard to
on
believe.
45.
Yeah, she's amazing too.
Yeah.
So, little passionate girl there. But thank you, Heather, for joining me on the top of Mount Pinnacle.
Let's say Mount Fuji, because it sounds cooler, and nobody would know that we weren't. Can we just start this all over again? We're on Mount Fuji right now.
Yes, I've actually almost said that a couple times.
You should have. That would have been cool.
Because I actually have stood on the top of Mount Fuji.
I haven't.
Yeah.
But I would have gone with it.
Someday, yeah. So awesome. Thank you so much. We're going to wrap this up, and be sure and connect with Heather Parady at heatherparady.com. Facebook with Big Picture People. Get connected. And there's a lot of great people out there waiting to be a part of your life.